There we go. So hello, hello, hello to all my brothers and sisters in the Opulence Lifestyle family. We are gathered here today to continue the 38 most common mistake in the multi-level market industry and in all businesses, actually. This is not just industry specific. And of course, we are once again on our forensic lifestyle training, starting with mistake number 23, not keeping it simple. This is a big one I would like to share with you because for myself, that has been one of the most reoccurring and common mistakes. And never mind how many years I've heard it, put some effort to changing it, it is still challenging. The more skill we have, the more we enjoy talking. Sometimes we overcomplicate things instead of using a simple system. So we need to remember it's really important to keep it simple. Remember, there's a big difference between a university professor talking to professional students that have chosen and specialized to come to him versus a kindergarten teacher that speaks to a range of very young kids that nobody yet knows which one has what skill, right? So a kindergarten teacher speaks to everybody in the same common connecting line, right? Bringing it to the same level. And I think the most important thing to remember that for myself, when people told me, make mistakes, keep it kindergarten level, it used to almost offend me. I didn't understand, like, I thought they wanted me to talk to people like they're stupid or dumb. Or, no, this is not the message. Kindergarten teacher just speaks equally to all of his kids in the kindergarten because they're not yet identified particular skills. When we grow through school, identify a skill, we go to university for a particular skill. When we go to kindergarten, we really want to get the same message from the teacher that will fit us all before we identify our uniqueness, our magic, our skill, which all of them are unique to us. They are not duplicatable. So if we all use kindergarten level, using tools, using scripts, using the same, then we will always achieve simplicity. Simplicity does not confuse. And remember, confusion, as you can see, simplicity attracts, confusion detracts. So we need to really keep it simple. Close the gap between you and your candidate and team members to inspire them. We cannot inspire people from above or below. We can inspire by understanding we are exactly like them and we have the same business and the same comp plan and the same product. And the only thing that varies between us is the mindset, the energy, how much I want this, right? So that's the only part that we bring into a duplicatable system of 5 protocol, utilizing the opulence system, and of course, managing through the forensic networker. Very, very big one. It takes time, especially for characters like me. And I will keep on working on it. And I'm sharing this to all of you. This is a big, big one. The next, I don't know if we can call it a mistake. The next skill you probably want to develop or not developing the skills of becoming a storyteller is a mistake. That is probably more accurate to say. I see some people are chatting, so I'm trusting my panelist and co-host to keep an eye on the chat so I can flow with this and stop me if there is a need. So becoming a storyteller, big, big one. Gather stories and become a storyteller. Gather stories. I've been gathering stories about every place that I was to understand the history. Remember, stories are never forgotten. They inspire and told for life. Candidates don't need to know how it works. Your team don't need to become a product expert. They need to become a great storyteller. Have training sessions on the art of storytelling. So as we always do, when I do with you in the forensic lifestyle training, I really go through those slides and I really learn them together with you. I put it into layman terms. I give myself example. By doing so, I'm sharing with you. So for me, when I'm thinking about stories are never forgotten, they inspire and are told for life. Gather stories, become a storyteller. I want to get the story of this amazing Persian family that for the last 120 years have been producing the highest level of manufacturing and jewelry, to the royalty families of England, Saudi Arabia, many big fashion houses. And I love to tell the story how 15 years ago they have thought of the social media aspect before everybody else and conquered the world. That's a story, right? I love the story of how 20 years ago, and I tell it to many of my prospects, 20 years ago, they've sent a group of scientists to the north of Finland to go and check this tree that is supposedly living for like 9,000 years, minus 50-degree weather, and they went there, and I love the story. Learn the stories, collect the stories, and give the stories. And more than that, remember, sometimes it's our stories, just personal stories with excitement. I'm talking to a friend of mine. It is logical. I'll put in a story. I say, man, you don't know what has happened in the last 2.5 years. You know, I was going bald and I was really getting pissed off because I was losing my salt and pepper and became completely white. And then a friend of mine came and told me, or the company I represent came out and launched this crazy product called Fountain of Life. And I've been putting it in my shampoo, and man, check it out. I'm getting gray and my hair is full. Stories, stories, the most powerful. Remember, I didn't say what's the ingredients inside our toothpaste. I didn't speak about all those glucocomoles and amocomoles and all this scientist language. No, I'm telling stories. Hey, you wouldn't believe it. Yesterday, I went down to the supermarket and a friend of mine introduced me to another guy there. He's working in the supermarket. The guy's limping. I'm shaking his hand. I'm saying, tell me, why are you limping? He said, man, 2 years I'm suffering from this thing. And I basically had a bottle of FOL on me, man. I said, look, many people with knee problems says this helps them. Why don't you take it? He called me one day after. He says, wow, what is this thing? Right? Stories, energy, excitement will always, always, always bring you better results than trying to be a product expert, learning all the complicated words. And no, I recommend to all my partners, brothers and sisters, get on a Monday product call with a scientist every Monday. Don't miss it. So you can gather all this information, but this information is for you, not for your prospects. It's for you to give you more understanding, more strength, more knowledge, and a bigger belief in your products, because you are now receiving information from certified, academically certified scientists. So you don't need to go out there and be a scientist. You need to gather stories and tell them how great our products is, and then bring them to the call and let them hear the scientist, or give them a recording, right? Or use a tool, a video, or a pamphlet, something that every one of us can do. The second you're starting to talk like a scientist yourself, remember, not duplicatable. Even if you can, and you're very impressive, it is not duplicatable. Nobody else will be able to do it, which means you won't have long-term growth in your business. So I hope that me sharing how I see this topic helps you. Remember, above all, networkers are highly paid storytellers. The better you tell stories, the more money you will make. Our next mistake, industry first. This is one that I've fallen again. I failed and made that mistake. And until today, I probably didn't make that mistake enough times, because I still haven't learned it all time. 60% of the time I'm good, maybe 70, 30% I'm falling, and I'm still working on it. And I believe every one of us can learn from this one. This is a big one. Stop bashing other MLM companies. They are not your competition. Build the industry. Bashing other companies is bashing the industry as a whole, and it only helps sun blockers and competition to us, because what we are saying is we are not in a good industry. When we are talking about another company and putting it down, they're not good, they're this, people are leaving them, all of this stuff, all we're doing is shooting ourselves. Why? You see, if I'll go and say all the cars in the world are terrible except a Lamborghini, I am destroying the industry of cars, okay? And there is no need. We are in the same industry, and we need to remember that the industry comes first, then the company, then ourselves. The same as tripod of belief. The first leg is our knowledge and belief in the industry as a whole. The whole history from 1945 with Amway, and we will learn the history. We will do it as part of our forensic lifestyle trainings, but the industry is first. And we need to remember that this industry gives all people on this planet the ability to do free enterprise and to become financially free, and if not financially free, at least create a secondary income that will help them. So the whole industry is great, and we are never allowed to bash it. On the other hand, every time I see my CEO and owner, Amin Mesgalu, talking to me when I'm reading these slides, because he wrote them. And I know that every time he tells us something like that, don't bash the industry, he will give us an example how, and that is in the red. You see, somebody comes and talks to me, or I do a tour, and the person is in another company, whatever, Arix, Genes, whatever. And the only answer, when they ask me, what about this company? The only answer I should give is, I don't know much about Arix. I don't know much about New Skin. I am sure that they are fine. But let me show you why so many people are joining our company. You see, I don't know much about the other company. I'm sure they're fine. But let me show you why so many people at the moment are joining our company. Take that. Mistake 26, control your environment. Don't allow/listen to negative opinions by candidates. That took me a while.
Ronen, the slide did not change. Oh, now it changed. Thank you. Sorry.
Okay, and you can still hear me?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay, so this one, again, everybody write down those things. This is a big one. And it can be read in a few different ways. Don't allow negative opinion by candidates. What it truly means for me is don't allow their opinions to penetrate you. Not don't allow them to have an opinion, even if it's negative. No, don't allow their opinion to penetrate you. Don't listen to negative opinions by candidate. Once again, I believe listen, allow them to speak whatever opinion they have, but don't allow it to penetrate you and to affect you. And the way to do it is when they give you a negative opinion, tell them the truth. You are not qualified to have an opinion on my opportunity. Once you know what I know, only then you can share your opinion and what you learned, right? Because at the moment you don't have enough information. You're not qualified to give me an opinion. End of story. So yeah, you can have an opinion, but it's an unqualified opinion. And I think it is more important for you to come learn, and then we'll have this conversation again. And I believe our CEO and owner means don't allow it to penetrate you. Remember, have a look at this. There's a very, very small little line, very small add-on between nope and hope. So when somebody gives you a negative, don't look at it as a nope. Actually, look at it as a really good hope, because the next sentence, you are not qualified to have an opinion on my opportunity. Once you know what I know, and only then you can share your opinion and what you've learned. Okay? Take it as a hope when people give you a negative. Just don't take the negative and allow it to affect yourself, and use the truth in order to help your prospect, candidate, move from nope to hope. There is hope for you, and we can help you. Mistake number 7 is not having an accountability and clarity in our business. And this is probably where we're going to finish on 27 mistake, because I want to prepare you for next week. Or maybe we'll have enough time. Actually, we might be able to do it now. Yeah, you know what? We might be able to fit it in today. So, see that? This is one of the most simplest and psychologically smartest way to manage and monitor our business. Remember, no tracking, no accountability, okay? This is why you have Forensic MO Box, to help you with those two things, to help you to track your business and to help you to be accountable to your business. And always remember, if it is not tracked, it cannot be improved. If it cannot be improved, it won't last. So even if you build something, most likely if you're not tracking it, you're not improving it. If you're not improving it, it will crash. The way to do it, according to our CEO and owner, and according to the Forensic Networker, is to master this box. And what is this box? This box, by the way, if anyone on this call or seeing this recording and you don't yet have an MO box, I highly recommend go to your back office and just go to the search bar, put Forensic, and immediately order the box, the cards that are coming with it, the yellow, the green, and the red cards. And make sure you order yourself daily sheets and weekly sheets, and we will cover them very shortly. Inside the box, you will have folders, okay? And not folders, dividers. And the dividers inside, as you can see, there are 12 dividers for 12 months and 31 days. And of course, there is a training of mine recorded already, how to work with the MO box. So I'm not going to go into that. Just go again into, actually, I will ask Julia at the end of the call if she can help me to find that recording of the MO box training. We can share it on Opulence Lifestyle Family WhatsApp channel. Now, inside, as I said, I have the dividers, and I've got, okay, the cards, which are, one second, I'll put it here, which are yellow cards, red cards, and green cards. And of course, inside the box, I've got a calendar. As I said, I don't want to do a whole training of how to use it, but I want to give you an idea for a second on how important. One second. You cannot minimize the recording. Okay, got you. I want to go to, let me see. One second.
We cannot hear you. Ronen,
Again, so we will not have most of the training of today recorded. I really do apologize for that. Shame. I had a lot of good time, and I'm learning so much as I'm using you, all my brothers and sisters, as a mirror to myself to learn. And I hope you are learning with me. I'm going to stop the recording, and I'm gonna basically make everybody co-host, so you guys can share a little bit about the topics we covered today. And we will meet next week on Forensic Lifestyle Training. What I would ask of all of you take the opportunity. If you don't have the MO box and the cards and the reports, make sure that by next week you have them, because as you will see, we will continue with the mistakes, and and you'll see how it will fit into the mistakes themselves. That's it. So thank you very much. You can see in my eyes, I'm disappointed that that I forgot to record it. What a shame. Okay, let me see if I can get everybody on. 1 second, I'll stop